Hello, hello, hello! Welcome, well met! I almost forgot to unmute my mic. But hello, welcome to the stream. So, I did say, I think at the end of my dragon stream that I might be doing dragons today, but if you've seen the title and thumbnail, no, I'm not continuing the dragons. I drew... Well, not drew. I did also draw, but I want to say, I worked on the dragon drawings a bit, and then I realized to have them to be as good as I want them to be, I kind of, like, need to solely focus on them. So, yeah, not doing the dragons. I think I'll do the rest off streams, so they can be good. And I don't know, maybe I can make, I don't know, stickers with them or something. In the future, probably not anytime soon, but maybe one day they can be some merch. I don't know. They can at least be a cuter set if I work on them offline. So there we go. That's why I'm not doing the dragons today. For anyone who's watching this present, you know, sort of in the present. But anyway, today we are going to be, well, I'm going to be working on a drawing of myself, which is weird because I don't usually draw myself, but here we go. This is the line of work I'm in. It's so weird still. Anyway, yeah, I put it in the description, but it is based, I got inspired by the let's do this full name. The Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance Dearly Beloved, the menu theme for that game. And yeah, just to be clear, because I didn't sentence very well there, Dearly Beloved is the name of the song. And this is the Dream Drop version, Dream Drop Distance version. Usually people just say Dream Drop, just keep it simple, or DDD, 3Ds. But anyway, there we go. There's my monologuing for the day. Oh, one last thing. I noticed the little button's back. I can actually see it on stream. Let's see how long it lasts this time, because I still have no idea why it shows up or doesn't. It has a mind of its own. I'll be happy that it's here today. So anyway, let's jump into this. Ooh, let me grab my drawing stuff here, and let's go. And I already started a bit because of the thumbnail. Because, yeah, you can even see I have the back. But yeah, that was just so I'd have a thumbnail. Because I think having just a little bit of line art in the thumbnail works better than the sketches. I think. And then I have a picture of myself down there. So I remember to draw things accurately. Like, I didn't sketch the cape. Or my glasses again, because I'm terrible at drawing my glasses. I've been wearing them so long. I'm just like, don't even draw them. Like, why am I like this? I don't know, but I'm gonna draw the glasses on before I forget again. Because I know me. Or myself, I should say. I know myself. And I will forget again. Let's get a zoom in. Hello. Hello there. Oh boy. Okay, how would my glasses look from the side? I take them off and look at them, but then I have the issue of I can't see then. So, it's like, oh great. Let me visualize it'd be like something like this. And it's so thin. It's kind of weird. They're so bulky in the middle, and I kind of forget about it. I know they're on my face like 24/7. It must feel like, well, it feels like to me. but I rarely actually see them, even though I'm technically kind of always seeing them. But I'm not seeing them because they're transparent, so I'm seeing through them. It's complicated, but yeah, I don't know how to draw my own class. I don't really... Like, I see them, but I'm not looking at them very often. If that makes any sort of this sensible distinction, but there you go. I need to make this a little more transparent so I can see through it, and I need to get this... I don't like that line now that I can see, and then I have to go back and forth a bit. Okay. Okay. Let's see if I can get this to be good. Be nice if I could. Did I just make a rhyme? I think I did. Accidental rhyming in English is not very common. Apparently in Japanese it is. Which kind of makes me think I wonder how rhyming... Or... Nah, let me see if I can actually get a good sentence out of it. I wonder how common it is or isn't to rhyme in languages. Kind of, I imagine, I think the more phonetic ones you rhyme more often because they are phonetic. So that means you're limited to the sounds one can make. So you're more likely to rhyme, which is kind of like, you know, that makes sense. So, language is an interesting thing that I do not know a whole... Well, it doesn't feel like I know a whole terrible lot about, despite that I know a number of things, which I don't feel like trying to quantify right now, so you're just going to have to deal with that, as am I. Yeah, let's see. Get this. So, I should probably make myself look happier. Like, I am vibing. You know, that'd be smart. Wouldn't it? Okay, that's the sketches behind, right? Yeah, I still need to clean that up a little. I didn't actually switch to the layer I wanted to. Okay. Clean this up. Tiny bit more. And then we can merge it down. Now it's one. Oop. I did not erase here. Don't need that. That's solid. There, now I have glasses. I also forgot my cape. My little capelet. Capey? I don't know if it's actually called a cape. Shoulder cape? Because it's just off my shoulder. It's not an on the shoulders cape. It's just the cape for my shoulder. Because that's what that is. In case anyone didn't figure that out already. Yeah, that's what it is. Okay. Hold on. How would I draw this? No. Okay, so it swoop out, swoop in, and swoops out again. Okay, probably not there. I should also draw this on a separate layer. I should be smart about this. Yeah, there we go. It's more of that shape. Oh. I know this is completely random, but it just popped in my head and kind of surprised me, so you know what? I'll share. If you're familiar with the roguelike Hades, you know, with Zagreus, and it's an indie game. Very popular indie game. I'm glad it is. I don't like roguelikes, so I haven't actually played it, but I've seen a lot of it, and I'm like, ooh, I hope this does good. And it did good. And I'm like, I'm happy about this. Let's have more. Which I do know that they announced a second game where you play as Zagreus' sister, apparently. So I guess she might have been born after the events of the first game, but I'm also not entirely sure. Is it like a legit sibling thing or not? I don't know. We'll find out. It seemed like everybody was a little confused about that. So, and I haven't really played it, even though I've watched so many videos on it. I don't like roguelikes, by the way. That's why I haven't played it. I was tempted to get it, because I heard a few people who were like, I don't even like roguelikes, but this one was so interesting. I just realized it flipped and then switched back because I hit it twice because I thought it didn't work the first time, but it did. It was just lagging. Yay. Anyway. So, I was kind of tempted to get it, but I still haven't. I know it's good. It's just, it's not the kind of, it's like, I know I can recommend it safely if you like roguelikes and you somehow have not played this one. It's a good one to play. It's just, I'm not gonna play it myself. This is not my cup of tea. It's like if I hear about a good first-person shooter, I'm probably not going to play it because I don't care for that kind of game. It's like, it doesn't matter if it's bad or good. I just don't fundamentally like it. And that's okay. There's different kinds of likes. There's the not to my personal taste kind of like, and then there's the like of dislike, like this goes against my principles kind of like and dislike. And video games are definitely in the first bit, usually. Well, as far as playstyle goes, video games are in the first bit. Maybe the content within can get to a bit more of I dislike this because of more how to put it, more serious things that people can end up arguing about, so I don't want to go too much into it, but hopefully you understand what I mean. Like this one. This one feels like an insult to me on a personal level. I don't know. I'm sure there's some people who are like that about certain games, or however valid or not those feelings are. Anyway. But yeah. Oh, what I wanted to say before I went off on a tangent, I'm sorry, I ramble. I use Pixiv, which is the Japanese site, and I like looking around on it because, surprise, surprise, there's a lot of art. I may not know what the dialogue is for the little comics, or like if it's more sketchy and they have little notes on the side, or they're just drawing a few little lines of text near the characters so you have a little more context, but I still just have the visuals because I'm like, I don't speak Japanese, or I don't read or speak hardly any at all. I do know a tiny bit. Like, if somebody says, I'm like, I know all, like, Ohio, konnichiwa, konbanwa, or different greetings using the different, like, times of day. So I'm like, oh, okay, somebody's being cordial? Cordial? Okay, I'm not saying that properly. But they're being polite, but it's also not quite polite, which is why I was trying to use the other word, but I'm having problems saying it, so hopefully you know what I mean, though. Oh wait, this is my arm with my watch on it. Okay. I need to draw that too. I'm not used to my watch. That makes a little more sense. Same with the clothes. I guess same with my clothes. It's not like I wear this clothes all the time. I do have different clothes. I mean, in my 1.0, I had another outfit, but I don't have another outfit in this look. Ah. Oh well. We'll see if I do something about that, because I make my own stuff. I mean, I don't mind if... I wouldn't mind if somebody else made an outfit for me, but I don't have the funds to pay them, and I'm not going to expect somebody to do that for me just for, you know, you gave me a lot of happiness, so I'm doing this big gesture of thank you in return because I appreciate you. I'm just, yeah, I don't think that's happening. I know it could, but very much doubt, so I'll do it myself. I just don't know when that's going to be. There we go. That's a good enough hand as any. I've been drawing all on the other layer. Yep, I have. Okay. Let me take this. Cut it. Deselect. Lower down. Bap. This is the main lines. Okay, yeah, that. Come on, thank you. Main lines. I need a drink. It is once again a warm day, so I'm gonna be getting a lot of drink breaks. So hopefully not, with any luck, not as many as Tuesday and Monday. Because it's a bit cooler, just a little cooler today. It should be noticeably cooler. Hopefully, with any luck, but we'll see. It's just getting into the warming up part of the day. So. Oh, you know what? I forgot to change the background music. Ooh. What did I have? I completely didn't even think about that. Let me change that to my chatting one. I think I might have to turn it up. Hold on. There we go. You don't actually hear this one too much. Oh, okay. I turned it up a little too high, I think. Right there. Whoops. Wrong button. Alright. There we go. I wish I could have Dearly Beloved in the back, but I don't want to get copyright struck. That's somebody else's music that I'm not allowed to use. At least on a legal front. I mean, I could use it, but I don't think in a video like this. Personal use, I think is what it's called? Yeah, I could use it for personal use. Okay, yeah. No, I need to turn that down a bit. Okay, there we go. Not that button. This button. I'm sitting here going, oh boy, what is buttons? I fell into the trap last time. Which one is the correct way this time? Lord. Goodness me. Okay. Let's get the thickness correct on this self. I don't have to keep undoing it. It's getting annoying even for me. Actually, it'd be kind of more like... How do I draw this? How do I draw this? Okay, that looks good. Sometimes it just takes a few tries of just trying slightly different. I know there's probably a lot of times where it's like, the lines are only slightly different, and what does it matter? I'm like, when you start drawing the other parts, it will start to matter, I assure you. So I do have to line it up with other lines. So, it's kind of like when you draw something at an angle and you change the angle a little bit and the line will go off of end in that's a completely different spot. It's kind of like one of those moments, so I do have to pay attention even to the it's only slightly different. I'm like, yeah, it'll matter in the when I get to the other lines. They won't connect and I'll have to change it anyway. So that's why I keep being fussy about my lines. Hello Grandma Iris. Hello. I saw you a bit earlier. Just finishing my thought. I'm not drawing the back of the cape yet because, yeah. Aw, thank you. I designed it and made it myself. I kind of worry about, I'm like, should I make it fancier? I see all the other, my fellow VTubers with such fancy outfits. Especially the more popular ones. And I'm like, is it too boring? Should I make it more interesting? But it is actually based on real clothing. So that's why it's, I guess, not too flashy. It's like it had to be realistically made. And it was daily clothing, so it's not big, fancy ceremony, like, not maybe ceremony might actually be a good word for it. But it's not the type of clothing you just wear for an event, big fancy event, and then just don't ever probably wear again, or very rarely wear again. Yeah, from, let's see. Yeah, 1915. It's based on 1950. It's not historically accurate, my outfit. But if you take 1915 American clothing and look at it, you'll definitely see the trends in styling. You just see, like, I see it. If you don't already, because I bet some of you might be familiar with that kind of era of clothing before. Who am I to judge you? I don't know you guys. Not like that, at least. Which is fine. We can just be entertainer and audience. That is fine. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Just gotta... Art Nouveau has the... What? Oh. Yes. That makes a lot more sense now. I'm guessing you accidentally hit send before you were ready, and oh, I've been there. I really don't like it when I do that. I'll be just like, dang it. Oh, it's even worse when I haven't finished typing out my full thought and only realize after I hit send. And then I'm sitting there going, and it's usually because I'm bouncing around the message. So it's not even like I can finish the thought after, like, oh, I forgot the ending bit. No, it's like, I forgot to send the second sentence. I forgot to change it, and it just ends up being just like, bleh. I'm like, I look like a dingus. Oh, it's fine, it's fine. We all have those moments for one reason or another. Oh, don't I know it. Hey, if you're in the summer like me, you can just blame the heat. Everybody will nod sagely and will understand that knowing sagely kind of nod at you like, yeah, I get that. I get you. That's one of the few good things about the heat. You're like, my brain is fried, it's too hot. At least I like using it as an excuse for times, but it being just an fake excuse is less common than I would like, because it really is too warm sometimes and my brain is just fried. I do not think well in the heat. I've definitely noticed through my own meandering experience, but think I've made it a point to say that I really hate when the temperatures get above like 80 degrees Fahrenheit. So, not Celsius. Oh gosh. That sounds... I think it's the 90s Fahrenheit. When it's in the 90s Fahrenheit, I think it's like in the 30 Celsius? It's not centigrade. Heat fried brain is definitely an issue today. Oh gosh. Stay safe, stay hydrated. Okay, you know, I just realized what I was trying to do and I drew the lines wrong. Good job, me. How do I want to do this? Exactly. Skirt. Y'all don't usually see me just standing. Should I just, like, zoom back? Like, zoom out here? You can just see more of me? Oh, I'm floating, so here, let me... Should I just be tiny right here? What do you think? No? Also, hi, Frug! Hello, hello. But yeah, you don't... I was hoping to do more with me. You what? You want me floating? Here, I probably want to be like a little more in. Let me... Oop, sorry. Is that good? How does that look? I mean, I'm blocking chat, but I'm going to do that. Yay, floating! I'm censoring all of the comments and it's all I can read them. Like, I'm saying that as if you couldn't read it on the side. Okay, we'll leave it like this. Oh yeah, the little emotes are here today! Hey, hey, oh wait, hey. Look, it's coming, the hearts are coming from Yumisis, I know. Oh, look how cute that is! Oh, wait. If I, hold on. Hold on. Wait, how do I do this? Oh gosh. Okay, why did that happen? I'm sorry. If I... see. Yeah, that works. There. Oh my gosh. Look at cute. The emotes are coming from you guys. Oh, that's so cute. That's really cute. Okay. Okay. Let me set up my little setup here back to normal so I can draw. I'm so glad the emotes are working today. Just showing in OBS. Because they have always been showing up on the YouTube side, but they just hadn't been showing up on OBS. And I'm like, I have no idea why they are not showing. You know what? They showed up again after I refreshed the chat box. Do I need to like refresh the chat box every time to get the little emotes? I might have to test that out. So I did accidentally delete chat before stream and had to put it back. Whee! Happy little face. I like your little emoji, Frug. Oh gosh, I just realized you could make oh dear, what? Oh, what am I missing, Frug? Tell me what your Frug eyes see. Whoop. Okay. It's like, oh dear, something bad. Immediately forgets. Oh my gosh, that's kind of like a, oh, that's bad. Well, moving on with life moment. You know what I'm really tempted to do is going out to the store, maybe after stream, and just getting myself a Nintendo's card, so next week we can play a bunch of Ghost Trick. Because it's download only, and I always get it via Nintendo cards. Okay. That's a weird sentence. I'm drawing my butt. I might become a... Oh gosh. Oh, I need to move chat out more. Okay, I can't see. I might become a fried frog. Oh, okay. Yeah, the only bad thing is I need to make sure the chats move along. Oh my gosh. Too much heat. I think Grandma Iris has the right of it. Too much heat. For most of us, it's way too hot. Yeah, Ghost Trick. Now my friend's gonna play, but I think what's going to happen is he's going, like, I'm gonna comment. If he gets it, I'm going to commentate. Because I'm like, no, let me commentate. I want to be there and be there to talk while you play this. Because it's one of my favorite games ever. It's like, if, I don't know, Hotel Dusk got a port to modern consoles, I would absolutely, if anybody I knew who was a streamer was playing that and they were willing, I'd be just like, let me watch, let me commentate. I can sit there and be grinning in the corner and be like, why are you making faces? I'm like, don't worry about it. Yeah, I love Mystery. Yeah, Video Game Mercenary. I call him Vingame. If you didn't notice, it's because it's video mercenary. Yeah, Video Game Mercenary. So it's just the first two letters for the three words, and then I just put an N after the VI from video. So Video Game Mercenary. It's just a slightly altercation of just kind of like a shortened version of Video Game Mercenary. I came up with it. I drew him a cat man. And I'm like, what is going to be your VTuber Catman name? I wonder if I should redraw it. I can do it so much better at this point. It's been a while. I wonder if I should. I know I want to re-rig some of the other older ones. I want to show my other arm. Yeah, I did. Oh, how am I going to do this? I just had to put scalloping on my shirt. It's a pain to draw. I think I'll just show a little bit of shoulder here. Oh, yeah, I kind of mentioned it to him, but I think I need to... I think he'll be totally fine. I mean... he is an old friend. Like, I've... if you took away the years that I knew him, I'd be... I think I'd be in the single digits within my age. I've known him for a very long time. So it's definitely, if somebody's just like, how dare you talk to him? I'm just like, yeah, goodbye. You're out of my life. I don't need you around. I'm like, dude, you've been here for a while. Way before this. Like, I knew him even before Vtubers were an actual thing, okay? I've known him for a long time. And I'm not gonna stop talking to him and stuff and doing things with him just because somebody's butthurt over it. I'm like, well, then just leave. It's free. You can do that. No, most of my friends I've known a really long time, actually. Come to think of it. Oh, yeah. Really, shoot. Even if I didn't know them too well when I met them, I've known them for a long time. I guess if you wanted to be my friend, too little too late. That sounds terrible. But I also haven't really made friends since then. But then again, I haven't really been trying because I'm like, I feel like I have enough friendos. It's not like I'm opposed to it, but it's just like we're all like, well, anyway, I'm not sure how to describe it, so I'm just gonna move on. Yeah, most of the people I know I've known a while. Long while. I still love that you Mises. I am like, wait a second, puts Misi up. I'm like, look, you guys are doing the emotes. That's just really cute. I'm gonna be happy about that. I'm just gonna be happy in general the emote thing is working again. I'll have to test out that if it isn't showing up in OBS, that if I take chat down and just re-pop it up, which is not hard to do, so don't worry about it being fussy. But maybe that's the way I do it. How do I do this hand? How would the hand work? How do hands work? I'm staring at my own hand right now. I'm like, how do hands function? Maybe I should take my drawing glove off for a second. Hold on. I'm looking at my hands. It's like, okay. Okay. Oh, wait, you know what? It'd be easier if I, like, drew... Wait, what is this for? Okay, that's for the cape. Which I still haven't drawn yet, because I need to draw my tail first. I'll draw the back of the cape once I draw my tail. But I'm working on the hand now because I'm getting very distracted. This is how I do things. Okay. Ew, now I'm thinking about... Oh... Pokemon, the 5th generation with Unova is the next one. So, possibly... Well, it's the next one up for a remake. I hope they do more with it, because it still is the only mainline game that has, like, a full, proper sequel kind of thing. What are these things at the end of my arms? Alright. Hands. Oh, a little funny thing, I guess. Well, in hindsight, I find it kind of amusing. Is I was staring at... I was just late at night one day, just thinking about how weird certain features are to our eyes. Like, even to us Urians and humans are of the same opinion on this being an odd kind of feature to have. And I was sitting there looking at my hands going like, you know what? I bet creatures there's a lot of creatures that do not have any kind of appendage that's like our hands. How weird must there may be? And I sat there and was pondering that so long and hard in those like few minutes that I'm like, my hands started to look weird. And I was just like, you know what? Let's stop that train of thought before I start giving myself like, I don't know, what do they call that? Body dysphoria or something like that. I'm like, let's stop that train of thought before I accidentally give myself mental harm. But like the woes of me just trying to think from a different perspective and be like, oh wait, that's dangerous, let's not. Yeah, so the one time I had my hands look weird to myself and I was like, oh. I tried doing it another time and I'm like, it didn't work, but I was just like, okay. Maybe it only worked because I was tired. Or I was thinking about this way too seriously. Probably both. Ooh, look, a left one also? I don't think that came out right, or as intended. The heat is still getting to you, Grandma Iris. No. Stay safe, my little Misi. Okay. Why am I having trouble with this? I don't need to follow the lines exactly. That's just sort of a reference point. Right hand, left hand. Okay, that's not helping. I don't understand what you're trying to get at. Oh gosh. Yeah, thumb's on the right side. Thumb's on the inside. Thumb's on the inside. I'm not drawing them wrong. When Uriana have the claws. I haven't drawn my claws yet. It's easier to draw my claws in after I draw my fingers. Just how it be. Well, at least for me. For me, I find it easier. Maybe some people find it easier to draw the claws along with the fingers. I don't know. But that's just not me. I think the hands are proportioned correctly. Okay. Do. Working on this. Oh, I never really backed out. Did I back out and show you the whole thing? So yeah, they have a little bit of architecture here, and a little dome thing here, clouds in the back, and then there's balloons coming through, like balloons right here. I have one coming here. Okay. Wait, did I ever show the full drawing? I don't think I did. I think I started and zoomed in a little. But yeah, that's the full drawing. I haven't played any Kingdom Hearts game in a hot minute. I haven't even finished Kingdom Hearts 3. So it ends with a boss gauntlet and can't say I'm a fan. It like gave you the midway save pause thing, and then I went, oh shoot, I shouldn't have saved that on the same file. I should have saved it on a second file because I had gotten tired of all the fighting and I wanted to go off and play minigames. At this point, I'm never gonna finish it. I should just restart it. I'm probably not gonna finish it even then. I'm terrible. Or I should just suck it up. Oh, that's gonna be really bad, dropping into the final bosses as a as a warm-up. Because I can't go around and fight anything else. Oh gosh, that's terrible. Yeah, I was having trouble with the Heartless boss in the beginning. Like, as the last of the Heartless bosses. And yeah, that was a pain. That was not fun for me. I think it had a QTE or something, where you had to do specific button prompts in a short amount of time or something like that. I don't quite remember. I've only ever done it once, and I've not gone back to watch. I wanted to play more minigames. Yeah, I nearly got through it. I was halfway through the final thing. Like, I ended up looking up what happened, just because I'm like, I am not getting to the actual end of this myself anytime soon. I'm just gonna look up what happens, because I'm at the end of the ding-dong game. I'm like, serious. So I looked up what happens, and I'm like, somehow I feel even less inclined to finish the game now. Oh boy. So I just haven't played it because I can't go and play the mini games, and I don't feel like doing the boss rush. But again, I probably should go grab it. Should actually play through the last bit. But I'm playing through Persona Royal right now. So I'll finish that first. I'm more likely to finish that, and it's turn-based, so it's a little easier. You can take all the time in the world for your turns and whatnot, and I have it on story mode, because that's what I'm here for, and I know I've mentioned it a few times now, but I'm not a great fan of turn-based. If it's not straightforward and simple, I don't want to play it. When it comes to turn-based. Like, I watched Josh Strife Hayes' video on Golden Sun, and I'm like, that's an impressive combat system. I'm never playing this game. I hope a lot of other people do, because it sounds good. It's got a great battle system. It's a very charming game, and there was some other people. That was his first time playing it, too. He has no nostalgia, and he was like, this is actually a good game, and a bunch of people were like, wow, I've never heard of this. Well, you know, I knew of the series, but I didn't know how it played and whatnot. This sounds really good. I'd play it if I could, but I don't think I'd get my hands on a copy. So, or, you know, or any kind of that, but I was like, this is why Golden Sun is still talked about to this day. Makes sense now. Because I kept hearing people be like, it's really good, it's really good. I'm like, why? You never say why. You don't say it has like good characters or story or anything. They're like, it's really fun to play. I'm like, that doesn't tell me anything. Why is it fun to play? Give me specifics. Even just saying the characters is good and more specific. But then finally it's just like, the gameplay is good. That's why it's fun to play. I'm like, thank you. I guess well-written characters is specific. Like, yeah, you get to actually spend time with the characters, so you get invested into the story of the game because you like the characters. Makes sense. You know, you have some kind of an expectation going into a game if somebody tells you that. So finally got it. It's like, oh, they're meaning that it has good gameplay. It's one of those kinds of games. Ah, gotcha. Like, lead with that. Ever since, what was it? I think it was in Brawl when we got assist trophies, and Isaac, the main character from the first Golden Sun game, is one of the assist trophies. Yeah, so people were mentioning that, and I was just felt like, you know, sitting there shaking them, going like, why though? Okay, yeah, that was this was the, okay, those are the sketch lines. I can get that away. Oh, I didn't make it actually look like a claw. So that was interesting to hear about. So, if you ever see Golden Sun, give it a chance. If you like turn-based, more like Fire Emblem kind of games, I guess. It's surprisingly tactical in a way even I can appreciate, even though I don't feel like playing it. Which must sound weird, given that it's like, isn't it just kind of like a one big puzzle while fighting? And I'm like, I like my puzzles not to include fighting, thank you. It'd be a puzzle about fighting, but I don't want to it be, you know, include fighting. I've gotten quite non-combative over the years. I guess it's probably in part that I've noticed just sort of just doing the thing works better. There's an amazing amount of time where it's like, all right, I'll just do it myself then. And people are like, wait, you're what? Wait, hold on. How about I just do it myself? Oh, there's a problem that needs to be addressed? I'm just gonna do it myself or go support somebody directly who is actually fixing the problem rather than just sit there and yelling about how you need to fix the problem. I'm like, all right, who's actually trying to fix it? Because if it's a big enough problem, you want to get politicians to get off their butts and do something about it. Then just go find a group who is already doing something about it, because somebody probably is. At least that's what I've seen. As far as Earth matters go. When I'm in the rift with my fellow Urion, usually if there's a problem, it's just something that can usually be fixed with magic. And we just sort of fix it. You only need one of us, so it's really a non-issue. We don't have a lot of issues in the rift, to be honest. I mean, that's part of the reason why we like going to other worlds. Well, actual worlds. The rift is technically not a world, but semantics. Not really relevant in this conversation. But yeah, I could have totally posed for a photo in a place like this instead of draw it, but I prefer to draw. Drawing's funner. DDD. Thin little tail. I'm bad at drawing my own tail. Long squiggly lines are hard to draw. Why did I make my tail go squiggly like this? I know it's more realistic that I want to just have my tail straight out at an angle or anything, but why do I do this to myself? I could have hidden my tail on the other side, but no, gotta show my tail. Why do I do this? Alright, you can't really see my tail. Here, hold on. Let me, There's my tail. Does that show up? Yeah, it does. Alright. Scooch back down. Okay, I need to reposition myself probably. Hold on. I think I zoomed in a little too much. Too close! Too close, okay. Getting better. Well, right here. Yeah, that's still close enough, I think, to having your little niecey. Weak! Weak! Weak. Okay. For me goofing off. I love playing with ears. Little silly ear movements. Do it all the time with my sister. She'll just we'll stare at each other and then make our ears go weeky weeky weeky. We're dumb like that. Get yourself a twin that will be silly with you. I know that's not how it works, but I am just being silly, okay? Oh, I was drawing on the main lines for that. Okay, the tail lines are, though, however, part of the lines. The lines through the hand are like that. That's fine. That's fine. Well, that only makes it... As long as it's easy to erase the lines I wanted to... Part of the lines I wanted to erase. Did I erase everything? Let me zoom in. We're good. Oh, you know another series that's kind of a blast from the past that I looked into a bit again? Sengoku Basara. I'm just gonna drop all the video game series I like in this stream while I'm drawing myself. Like I'm talking about myself. I should talk about. Okay, I lost the plot for that sentence. I am drawing myself. Maybe I should talk about myself as well. Let's make this really narcissistic. But you know, for some reason, people like it when us VTubers make more official, I guess, for lack of better terminology, artworks. So here we are. Oh, I moved that down without erasing on the booty. Okay. Because, you know, you wouldn't see lines there and all that. There we go. That's actually pretty cool. I'm sitting pretty. And you know what? I also forgot. I'll give myself like a little bit. Emphasize the smile a little more. Looks like I'm happy to be there. Like I would be. well, like I know I would be. Maybe it would be better phrasing. Okay. I'm going to make my tail very swirly. Tail fur. Be more tail puff. I feel like there would be a specific word for meaning the puff at the end of a tail. Does anyone else have a feeling? There's like a word for that. Oh my gosh, why am I not? Okay. I had to not talk for a second. So I'd be steady enough. I know that doesn't make some sense to some people. Be like, why can't you talk while you move? Why does that shake your arm? I'm like, try being a busty lady and then get back to me. I don't think I've ever mentioned that. I am quite busty and I hate it. I just feel like there would be a word for that. I do not know it. Yeah, I know. Having the same problem. I wonder if I can Google it. Should I do that now? Oh, you got it, Fruit? Okay. See if you can find it, if there is one. I wouldn't be surprised if there isn't, but I also feel like there could be. Like, there's... what is it? They had a whole Phineas and Ferb song about it. Because, yeah, I like watching cartoons. Over real life. It's like, isn't that for kids? And I'm like, and somehow it's less dumb and more intelligent. But now that I know about the restrictions for kid cartoons or shows aimed at kids, they're really held up to a higher standard than the more mature shows. And I'm like, I'm starting to realize why kid shows tend to have... like, you wouldn't know it, because a lot of people, it's subtle, and oh my gosh, does subtlety go over people's heads way often than some people would like to admit. I will sass random people because, oh my gosh. Like, I hate it when it's hand-holdy. You make it any kind of subtlety. Not hand-holdy in the least, like they're asking for, and they don't have a gosh dang clue what's going on. It still bugs me. I don't like people like that. I don't know how to pronounce that. Prehens... if there's a tough at the end of... okay. Prehensile tail if there's a tough at the end of the tail. Well, I have that type of tail. I knew there would be a word for it. I just felt it in my bones. That's a weird say. Even for me. Okay, you know what? I'll just leave that to coloring. Oh, there's a little bit of beaded lines there. I feel like I drew a mop. Very twisty mop. That's what a tail is. It's just a cleaning implement. I'm being silly. Being silly. Okay, I think... did I draw all of myself? Except for the feet? No. I'm missing my skirt there. I could just look at what I'm wearing, but no. I mean, I really could. It's right there. I'm videotaping myself. Right there on screen. It's not just the bus shot. Oh boy. I can't do anything but laugh. Oh, sometimes you just gotta laugh at yourself, right? Okay. Oop, 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 oop. Sneevils. Mostly get... Oh, what would the word be? Particular? Mostly get particular about lines at times because of coloring. Okay, so I just need to draw a transparent skirt. It's a shirt. I meant skirt. Oh, this is such a pain to draw. Why did I do this to myself? Why did I do this to myself? Why couldn't I have worn a different outfit? No, I had to wear my pretty... my pretty transparent skirt. I want to say shirt still. No. Maybe it's because I want to say shirt sleeve, because that's also transparent. Match my transparent skirt. My shirt sleeve is transparent, and my skirt is transparent. Well, one of them. My half skirt thingy waist wrap. I'm not sure which doesn't actually qualify as a skirt. I have no idea. Clothing names are not my strong suit. If you haven't noticed. Okay, so it disappeared behind there. Get that. Oop. So currently, technically, yes. I am just drawing the lines at the moment, so in a way. Also, hello, Lord Theo. Welcome, welcome. Alright. There we go. And then now I need to do my feetsies, which are not shown. I can't just look over. Be like here. Feet are hard to draw. I wonder if I should draw my sandals. Would I have my sandals on? I was thinking my feet would actually be covered up. A little bit. I should still draw them, even if they get covered up, in case they don't. Okay. Need to focus. How do I draw my toe beans? I don't actually have toe beans for full disclaimer. I mean, you could draw toe beans on me if you wanted. But Urion do not have toe beans, I am sorry to say. So neither do I. I am nothing special in terms of Urion. I'm just a normal little lady. I say that as if like I'm a child or something, and I'm not. I mean, I am on the shorter side, but I'm not that short. I'm only 5'4", 5 feet 4 inches. I don't remember how much that is in centimeters. I want to say it's around 160 centimeters. But I don't know if that's right. I mean, it could be like 158 to like 166. I don't know. I think it's somewhere, give or take, 10 centimeters from 160. I'm not entirely sure. Unfortunately, I don't encounter the metric system enough to remember the conversion rates. And I don't feel like grabbing my little converter program-y thingy right now, so it is what it is. Look it up in your own time. Oh, claws. Bane of my existence. I scratch everything with them. I have to be so careful. What? Did you finger the send button again as you put it? Oh no. Okay. Oh, yawn. Yawn, yawn. Ah. I am relaxing, apparently. That's nice. But if I get Ghost Trick, I'm going to keep to my word. We're having a week of Ghost Trick. I just use the convert on my phone calculator. Oh yeah, I do too. I just use my phone, but I just don't feel like stopping and grabbing it at the moment. I mean, if it's something more than that, then it's fine. I think a lot of people know how to convert heights well enough anyway. I just don't know how to because I'm weird like that. It's my stupid Urion trick. I won't know who celebrities are. I can't remember a lot of number-related things. The celebrity thing is fun. It is very fun to have people talking about somebody, and I'm like, who? And it's not like they're from a bygone era kind of celebrity at this point. No, it's somebody that I should probably know, and the shock look at the faces of my peers is always priceless. Absolutely priceless, and I love it. I think you're just 12 magazine. Oh no, take care of yourself. You can go take a nap. I won't get offended if you go take a nap, Grandma Iris. If you can, I actually don't know what you're doing while you're watching me, so I can't say, but you know. I don't know, if you have like ice cream or popsicles, or just even cold, like get some ice in a drink. Please, if you're too hot, please go get cooled down. You can use an ice pack too. I don't know. Because actually, in my house I live in currently, we have ice packs. For this, mostly because when people get hurt, to like if they twist their ankle a little bit, put an ice pack on it. You know, more of that kind of reasons, or to throw in a lunchbox if we go out. But yeah. I would suggest, you can even take towels and like wrap them up and have them be wet or damp. You stick them in the freezer and it'll freeze the towel. So that's why you kind of just like position them in a good shape to use to like wrap around your neck, or just lie it flat so you can lay it on your head or something like that. Frozen towels are very useful. Okay, you're taking care of yourself. I'm glad to hear. I was a little worried. And in danger of parasocial relationship kind of thing, I do worry over people. I'm like, if you're not doing well, please take care of yourself. You're doing me the worry. As one fellow living creature to another, you're doing me the worry. It's just the kind of person I am. I just need to erase the line on the claws. Yeah, it's all good. Yeah, I'll have to test the chat. I'm noticing the little emote button. I'm so glad that's there. There's something more for y'all to do. Because I know how much fun y'all were having with the little emote button, so it was a bummer I haven't been able to figure out how to make it... I see the hearts. Yeah, it's been bumming me out that I couldn't figure out how... Like, I tried looking it up, but I don't know what to call it, and just calling it the emote button is kind of not helpful, because there is an actual thing called an emote button already. So, I'm like, I can't figure out how to look it up. I don't know what they call this. I even tried, like, putting the emote chat button. Okay, how are the toes going to be? Let's try drawing the toe first. Actually, I might need I'm gonna get a drink. Drink break. Teacup. You're giving me 100%. You are having fun. Ah. I really should have a water bottle, like a floating water bottle. I should have done that, but I just have tea. I always make a little ah. Oh. Ah. Okay, enough being silly. Boop. Yep, hydrate, yeah. I'm making sure I'm hydrating myself. It's cooler today than it has been from my last 2 streams. But yeah, even I need to make sure I keep drinking. Then surprising even myself, I've been actually pretty okay despite the heat. Like, I know I've gotten warm. And I think and I didn't manage to get like a headache or anything. So I did get a headache and I thought it was like, oh, did I get too warm? Because usually I feel headachy. Well, I have felt headachy when I get dehydrated. So if you feel headachy and it's warm out, you probably need a drink. It's partly the reason why I'm bringing that up. Oh, these are hardsies. Drawsies. I'm being not very... being silly again. I hope you don't mind. I do not take myself too seriously. It'd be like... Doop. Oh, another thing. Because I've been talking about video games. I did look up the new patch for Genshin Impact where they go to Fontaine. I was very much like, oh wow. It is totally a murder mystery. It becomes a murder mystery game, and I'm like, oh, if I actually kept playing this, I would have loved this part, but I'm not doing that. Because it's a gacha game, and it's a mean gacha, so it's not really fun to play unless you shell out money, and I don't have the muns to do that. I just don't find... It's a good game, but I just don't find it worth shelling out for when, like, the next patch or whatever can make your characters obsolete or what have you. So, I didn't find it very fun to play pretty quickly, so I stopped. You know, if you don't like something, just stop. At least in cases like this. I mean... I realize there's... Anyway, you know what I mean. For just fun things. If you don't like something, just stop. You don't need to rag on it. But I do still like hearing the story. Max Perch... Your drawing makes me think of the Max Field... What is that? Okay, I'll look that up. I have no idea what that is. Let's see, can I... Okay, it's not letting me just select... I don't want to select the whole thing. No, I don't want to put grandma. It's like, do you want to like report them or pin the message? I'm like, no, I want to copy and paste the message. Oh my gosh. Okay, how can I do that? No, it won't. Okay, fine. Fine. Just have to have this open. I need to still just keep it small. Okay, so what is this? Max Field. Oh yeah, Maxfield Pershawn Temple. Probably will pull it up. Oh, okay. No, go away. Go away, little pop-up. Oh. That's interesting. I don't see how... This might not be the one you're talking... Well, these images may not be the one you're talking about. I don't think I'm that good of an artist. I don't think I'm not that good of an artist. Oh no, that's just the regular options. Apparently you can't do... You can either like pin a person's message or you can like report them and stuff. It's the typical kind of things. Nothing actually really all that abnormal. So, but now I'm like, no, Grandma Iris hasn't done anything. Grandma Iris is very nice, polite, little Meesy. Does not deserve to be in timeout or anything. So I'm like, I don't need these options right now. Okay, that doesn't look right. Let's retry. If I do it... Okay. Ah! Perspective. Okay, how... My shoe, sandal... From the side be a lot more up, I guess? I was looking, it'd be kind of straight actually. Oh boy. Maybe I should I'd grab my own sandal and look at my feet, but that's hard to do, and I don't want to try. Do not want to try contorting myself in such a manner at the moment. Thank you very much. I am busy, and can I draw the end of this line correctly? Thank you. Tried like 4 times. Okay. I don't think I quite got the perspective right on this, but you know what? It doesn't need to be perfect, even though people have been much more critical about art lately, because they're like, is it AI or not AI? And they're like, there's an imperfection or a botch thing. A real person would never do this. And I'm like, I'm going to be that person and be like, real people do that all the time. That might be why the AI is doing it, because... Yeah. Be like, this can't be a real Leona drawing. They forgot the ears on the character, and I've actually done that before. I've actually done that before, and I keep forgetting to draw my glasses on my art. It's like, no, it's actually me. I'm just... I put clumsy in my mini bio for a reason. I am so clumsy. I will forget things. I'm clumsy even with my thoughts. I will forget things. I mean, I try to remember. I leave notes for myself to remember. I do try to circumvent it, but it still means that it happens. I think I'm gonna have to switch. Perspective. There we go. Sometimes you just need to angrily scold yourself to figure out how to say the word. Oh boy. Oh, islands. But yeah, I did like the new Fontaine update for Genshin Impact. It was very interesting. We got some more Tartaglia lore, and I was just kind of happy to see that dorky orangey lock show up again. Because I'm not gonna lie, I'm like, I know he's a menace to society, and probably deserves to go in prison for one reason or another, but I can't help but say, I'm like, yeah, he's my little Hellraiser. He's a Hellraiser. He's my Hellraiser. Just like, I've gotten attached. I can't help it. He's a fictional character. Give me a break. Oh, there's my kitty. I was making us paranoid about every illustration art-wise. Yeah, it really is. It's been very hard for artists lately. And I'm like, I feel it's particularly unlucky, given that I'm trying to eke out a little art business, online art business, just as all this is going down. So any support you can give would be greatly appreciated. All my nieces, I feel kind of bad for asking, but I do kind of have to, because I'm sure you nieces can figure out a number of reasons even on your own. They're not that special of reasons, I assure you. Yeah, it's been a little rough being an artist lately, to put lightly. I mean, I know people are like, oh, this, that, and other things about art, but being an art historian, I'm like, you know, even the people in the Renaissance, the artists in the Renaissance had problems getting respect. And I'm sure that would absolutely dumbfound people. But this was back in the day where guilds were everything. You know, those things you find in video games all the time? Yeah, real actual thing, in case you forgot. And each respectable job kind of class had a guild. You know, there'd be like a carpenter, masonry, you know, these are the people who construct buildings kind of guild. Though I think they put carpenters and masonry in separate things. But you'd have the overarching guild, and sometimes I think there would be, for, not that I can remember the proper terminology, but sub guilds. Like, it might be this particular house it's part of the masonry guild, but this is like a subset of it. Whatever. You know, it's under the branch. Well, if you were an oil painter, you'd actually be under the medicine guild, because to make your own oil paints, you would need to know how to mix them, and that required like a mortar. Oh gosh. Mortar? I think it's mortar. Oh gosh. The little bowl and little stick thing you mash things up in to like make mashed nuts or medicines and what have you in it. And I cannot say the word. Cry emoji, I guess. I know I said that out loud and that's a bit cringe, but hey. Sometimes it do just be feeling like an emoji. Sometimes visuals are better than words. Give me a break. Here we go. I think that's everything. I don't think I have my sash, because it's on the other side. And I don't think I would draw it. Wouldn't see it. Not from this angle. Okay, so it is a T. Mortar and pestle. Yeah, that. Because you mixed up oil paints with that. You would go to the medical guild, because they would teach you how to mix and stuff and get the right measurements. So I can't even remember if they actually got a proper artist guild. I think they might have. Maybe at one point. I know they were trying to, but I don't remember if anyone actually succeeded. That wasn't a big focus of the art history class at that moment. Too busy talking about politics and how the symbolism was there for because most people were illiterate, so how this was what would it be? The images were textbooks, essentially, for the illiterate. So there was a lot of meaning behind it. We talked a lot about politics in my art history. Which I guess that's why I sometimes talk about it so casually. I'm like, yeah, I talk about this all the time. It's no big deal. It's not gonna ruffle any feathers. Haha. Haha. But no, it's just sort of like, yeah, it happens. Yep. Some people forget we call it art history because it has a history in it. Okay, now let's do this cape. Okay. It's very long. I'm becoming Emmett from Subway Bosses. Yeah. I know there were local guilds, but they were, like, main guilds, or the big guilds. And I can't remember if any of the big guilds actually became one of the art. Because there were, like, yeah, there was other guilds for smaller things, but these are the ones that actually mattered. So I can't quite remember that. Yeah. Art history's fun like that. You actually get to hear more about daily life kind of things. It's not going from one extraordinary event or abnormal event that's worth talking about because you either don't want it to happen again or this was abnormal, but it says the kind of thing that, you know, was the culmination of all these things at the time. So it was... I liked my art history classes. You learned about all kinds of things, really. Like why people live their life. Sometimes... Oh wait, that's the sleeve. It's transparent. Yeah, I think I'm good here. I think it's safe to move this, merge this. The end of the little cape is hidden behind my arm. That's just how it be. It is what it is. Okay, where is colors? Yeah, fun fact, I used all the same colors as my original outfit. This is the only colors I didn't end up using. But they're very similar to my eye and claw color, so it doesn't matter too much then. I think I need to move my eyebrows a little more up in this drawing. Hold on, let me grab that. My eyes are a little more open, alright? So I'm a little bit more interested in what's going on. I still really should get a doll so I can look at it. So I don't have to, like, have a mirror out here look at myself so I can draw my horns and all that properly. Oh wait, you know what? Before I do that... Okay, this is... yeah, that. I want to grab main lines, refer to layer only, select. Okay, I want to select in the skirt because that's the transparent bit. Actually, no. Would it be Alt for this case? No. Okay, it is actually select. Okay. When you say doll, I thought of like a fashion doll at first, not like an artist. Oh, I meant like a little... I want to get a doll head, so I might actually get one of the old-fashioned dolls. Like, some really torn-up one. That's... and just stick little horns and whatnot on it, because it'd be really useful. And I don't need to hear, but you have a tail and your horns and stuff. You see them all the time. I'm like, you humans see your hands all the time, and then let me see how many of you artists draw hands well. I'm just like, oi, just because I see it all the time doesn't mean I know how to draw it. Any better than y'all can. But I don't want to hear it. Like, I'm working on it. Leave me be. Because I can just hear people being sassy. But you have a tail. Shouldn't you know how to draw it? I'm like, bitch, you don't know how to draw hands. What's your excuse? You have them. And clearly, don't have problems with hands. Not at this point. Or at least I don't usually. Oh, wait. Okay, I was zooming out. I'm like, did I get everything? And then I went, nope. Right here. Make sure I get in the corners. But yes, I do feel mildly insulted when people are like, why can't you draw this thing? You have that feature. And I'm like, well, excuse me. There we go. Are the transparent bits still transparent? Because that's gonna need a separate layer. I think. Yeah, just over this. Let's see. What color did I use? I used this color. Okay. I should probably make sure it's only on the transparent bits. On the patterns. I forgot to put the patterns on that bit. Okay, I'm gonna have to do that in a second. See, this is what I talk about being forgetful. I don't know what the opacity was that I've used before, but we'll just eyeball it and call it good if it gets close enough. Or at least looks good. I'm not too particularly fussed about getting everything 100%. I mean, the sleeve is not accurate to it, but I'm just sort of like, look. Look, man. Okay, those are going to be behind, though, so that can be drawn over. Thank you, Grandma Iris. I'm glad. Yeah, sorry I feel kind of bad that I didn't draw more of the dragons, but I suppose this works out better. I don't feel so pressured to just stay on topic like on Legend of Zelda, and I'm like, I can't get off. I ran out of topics, so... And I don't think it's too interesting because I'm sitting there being quiet for a bit going, oh boy, what do I talk about next? It's a little harder than you would think. I mean, most people don't account for how, like, you're juggling what you're doing, you're juggling making sure your eyes on chat. It takes a fair amount of practice. Though talking while gaming is still the easiest for me. For reasons I've mentioned before I just played video games with my sister a lot. So I got used to talking while playing video games. Art, however, is something new to me. While talking while drawing is definitely not as familiar. So it can be hard keeping a conversation going or a topic up. So, but if I'm too limited, yeah, gets a little difficult. Ooh, okay, yes, I'm on the right. Just for a second there, I was just like, did I go on the wrong thing? No, brush. But it's good. But I like these ones better because I'm like, I can talk about whatever I like because I'm drawing myself. It's always going to be relevant. So I do enjoy that much. But I don't want to draw myself all the time. Oh, you know, speaking of things that you guys seen that I've been working on, I rigged a good part of my bunny detective woman. Yeah, lady works. I had to redo some of it because I realized to get it so like the eyes and mouth would move the same even on different layers, and I wouldn't have to like copy and paste all the parameters I wanted to be the same after switching, because if you remember, to make it look like she's in her bunny hood or out of her bunny hood, it required a parameter. Well, that also made it so that I would have to recopy every single parameter that I did on one onto the other. So, because I did it first, and I'm like, great. Dingus. So I had to got away that one. And then rigged up everything, like the eyes, eyebrows, mouth, that I wanted to be the same between both. It wasn't gonna change. And so now I have to do the parameters that are different, which is like body movement, because her body's at a completely different angle in the two stances she does. So yeah. So I finally got, I was trying to work on some earlier things, like finish the illustrations that I had just sitting there for a even longer. Yeah, I did work on some of the rigging. So hopefully I can get that done soon enough. And I can make probably a little YouTube short on it. Oh, and I also realized I completely forgot to put the doggo cape on her shoulder. Like, I didn't even draw it in. But I'm like, I needed to put the doggo cape, the whole little bunny hoodie that she wears. I put it on her shoulder because it's like she stuffs hers somewhere. But there's also like not enough room and probably time to like do the same for the dog's little hoodie. So she just wears it on her shoulder, which is why the dog's hoodie had to match her clothing, her palette, which also works out because the, you know, doggo's matches with her. I should come up with a name. For some reason I was staring at her and the name Shannon came up, but I don't know if I'm going to use that, but maybe I'll keep with S names. But I've named... I think I named somebody with an S name recently. Maybe I should check. Maybe I should choose a different letter. I don't know. I'll keep thinking about it. I want to give the doggo a prim and proper name because with him in his silly mode, it'd just be like, oh, haha, you gave him a big prim, proper, fancy name and he's a silly little doggo, haha. But then he could be like, oh, when he goes, I'm tough mode. It'd be like, oh, maybe he deserves the fancy name. I figured it might be a little fun. Okay, oh, right down here. I think I could just leave that one there. This will be bleeding to the other side. Oh, this should be transparent, okay. A part of it. Let me draw the part that's not first, so then I could just take away the part that is. Okay, and then let's get even a thinner brush so I can draw the pattern in the back. Did I mention? Yes, I did mention earlier in the stream that I was playing Persona 5 Royal. I have not finished it. I pretty much got it all spoiled for me, though. All the big points. Which bites, I will say. For anyone who doesn't know that. I know I've said that before, but I have gotten a few new people. So, reiterate, I suppose. What are you doing, cat? Okay. I just saw her rolling. My little kitty rolling by where my internet cord is. I'm like, you better not be messing with that, please. That's really dangerous because there's electricity going through it and I don't need you to get electrocuted, thank you. I just realized I needed to continue this pattern. I didn't just stop there. Okay. Just a little bit. I just needed to do like that much. Oh, I drew that on the dark, not the lines. Oh gosh, I forgot to switch the layers. Bad me. I should get a drink. My mouth is drying out. E. Yeah. I'm getting 1 or 2 subscribers, and I mean, I should be happy, but I keep always being more surprised about that. Like, I'm like, where did you pop up from? And I can't figure it out. I'm like, where did you come from? What did I do that made you want to stay? Hello there. It's like, Toby want to know. Alright. Oh wait, those lines would not be shown. Because the edge of my transparent skirt is not transparent. It is opaque. Alright. I think we're good. Well, I think I'm... Okay, I think I'm going to hiccup. I think I'm good. Well, YouTube just seems to have a lot of people pop up for one thing or two and then move on. Well, for the subscribers, I mean, I know I'm gonna get maybe one person watching for a little bit and decide, nah, I don't want to hang around or watch anymore. But... actually, you would be able to see the other side of the skirt, wouldn't you? Ugh. Why did I make it transparent? Why did I give myself so much work? If I hear anyone make fan art of me, I'm like, you can simplify the outfit. I don't mind. And take away the transparent skirt and sleeve, I won't mind. I understand. You know what I have been meaning to do is make an official artwork of just like, here's some casual clothes that are easy to draw so you can put me in. So if you draw me in this, you're fine. It's official. So I also want to do a couple of different outfits for festivities and whatnot. Let's see, it'd be like, I think it's like every loop, sort of like in between here. At least doing that will be better for the composition, even if it's sort of nonsensical, but hey. Sometimes I don't want to hear it, because even back in the Renaissance, when it was the greatest of the greats, would just be like, I didn't draw it realistically because it looks better not being realistic. I mean, it's why if you really look at the anatomy for David, it is Michelangelo. No. It's not Michelangelo. I'm getting the names mixed up. Is it Leonardo da Vinci? Is it Da Vinci's David? I remember it's when they were making the dome. And they wanted to put statues along these pillars that went up to the dome, so there's like a bit sticking up past the edge of the dome. And they typically put statues there. I don't think there's usually too many more, because they removed them at some point, because I think one fell and it like landed on, I think, an important person or something. It was something like that. And they're like, oh, or, you know, like, it nearly squished somebody of importance, and they're like, maybe we shouldn't have not very secure statues on top of buildings that could fall off and squish people. So I think they took them down, because they weren't on too many buildings to begin with, and you couldn't really see them. But I do remember there used to be more statues, like, set upon pillars and whatnot. They took them down centuries ago, because they realized it was kind of a hazard when they fell down. Realism overrated. I know, right? Then again, I am an Urion. I have a kind of a different concept of what real means to me. But that's what you get when you live in a magical rift. I'm being silly, just to be clear. Just in case somebody gets angry. I have to be very aware I'm on a public platform, so... Oh, I drew all this on the wrong layer! Face desk! I dislike myself right now. Okay, wait, no. Shoot. How am I gonna do this? Grab in here. Okay, cut that. Put it in the main line. Oh boy. Select. I know a short period of realistic, almost one-for-one statues. Yes, I do recall that being mentioned. But for the most time, I brought up the statue to begin with, that, that statue was not proportioned realistically. Because it was supposed to be in a high up place you wouldn't be nearby to see. So it's not like, and it's not due to laziness, it's just the creator was very aware that this would be seen differently because it was seen very far away. So if you take into account, if you actually looked at it's definitely the most famous statue of David, at least in the Western world. So it's not that hard to find. I think it was Da Vinci. But yeah, I was just, because it was far away and so far above, to make the statue look good far away like that, you did need to change the proportions to make it look its best. And they did this for other statues too, that it's not as realistic as you might think. Despite it's like, oh, this is so realistic, you could practically have them jump to life. I'm like, not quite. People's spines don't do that, and there's some other anatomical anomalies, but they're just not as noticeable. So, and I hear people going, everything has to be just so, and I'm like, well then, you can just mosey on off, you know? I don't need you here. Goodbye. Oh, it was Michelangelo. Okay. I was having trouble remembering the names. I'm like, oh shoot. It's one of the two. I'm like, it's either, I don't think it's Da Vinci because that doesn't sound right, but also Michelangelo isn't also sounding right to my ears at the moment, and I don't know what to think about it at the moment. But I think so. Maybe it was a Vatican collection? I know it shows up in Animal Crossing. It's the David statue you get in there. So if that's the one that's in the Vatican, then yes, that. Absolutely that. You know, maybe I should try doing some scholarly work on... Because like the Animal Crossing, those are actual real life paintings. Famous ones. Even like Renbarb's The Night Watch, I think its current name. They changed the name for this. Even though it was not set at night, that was just the varnish aging to make it look so dark. It looked at, that couldn't possibly anything but night. But apparently it was, I don't think it was midday maybe. But I don't think it was night. It might have been like sunrise, sunset. Maybe sunrise, because I think it was like people were sending them off and they were leaving at like around sunrise. You know, when you've got a full day of a lot of travel, you want to leave early in the day or something like that. But it recontextualized the painting. Because, yeah. Some people might be shocked to find out a lot of these famous paintings don't look anything like how we think they look, because they're dirty, they're covered in grime. And the actual painting looks completely different. It's like statues, all those marble statues, many of them had paint on them. With parts of Pompeii and Herculaneum that have been dug up. There are plenty of archaeologists and the art historian archaeologists finding paint on them, because you didn't have, in quotations, archaeologists taking them and removing all the paint. Yes, I'm a little salty about that. I'm not overly fond of people who are more treasure hunters than archaeologists mucking through historically relevant items, because you never know what some mundane looking item that looks none of important could recontextualize, or like recontextualize all this history, because it's like the one little link that historians and archaeologists needed to piece this image of a long dead civilization together. And it makes me mad when people muck that up. I'm just like, ah! These items would be more expensive too! Have some sense. If you're gonna go digging through this, at least there's the internet. A lot of these people have the internet. At least educate yourself. You could sell it for more at least, even though you're being a greedy little jerk about it. At least people get the history. It really frosts my biscuits. I don't think that was how you say that thing, but you know I'm a little annoyed right now. Italian Renaissance artists were often talented across the artistic disciplines. Yes, they were. Let's see. Fun little fact I know, artists would get hired because they would do art in peace times, and when conflict arose, they were expected to make designs for like war machines and defenses and whatnot. They were in charge of making blueprints during war times for various things. There's all sorts of things. So yeah, don't stick your nose up at the Renaissance artists. They were expected to do a lot more than just to make pretty paintings. Why is that? That's on the line layer. That's why it's not working. It's a weird expression, frosting. Yeah. I meant to say cupcake. For really frost my cupcakes. Just as a silly expression, but it came out. I ended up mixing frosting my cupcakes and buttering my biscuits together for frosting my biscuits. I'm like, that's not how that works, but it's still, you get the vibe. You get the vibe. Oh, drink time. Uh-huh. Yeah, Renaissance artists were pretty darn talented. I'm looking... I wish I learned more about architecture and whatnot. Hearing about them. I would appreciate it so I can make fancier backgrounds. Because boy do I have trouble with backgrounds when it involves buildings and other kind of, creature-made structures. Oh wait, that's going over. I want to erase on this. Okay, what is going on here? What? Okay, I'm gonna zoom in. What is going on here? Why is it janky? Okay. That's why it's janky. It is the blue. Sometimes you just gotta stuff your nose into things. That's because of the lines. I need to fix the lines there. Oh, there's a bit there. This color. This brush. I need to go down to 2. Boop. Boop. Yeah. Since, realistically... I would really like... I need to find more creative games like Ghost Trick is. Because that'd be fun to play. Because it's still... I want to have a creative focus thing, but that doesn't mean I have to draw all the time. Like, Professor Layton, if it comes out, or when it comes out, I would play that. Because it's very... The art style's definitely not typical. It's a very fun art style, and I would love to play it. Games with fun art style and not... Surprisingly, a game full of puzzles. It's like a visual novel puzzle game. There are games like Myst is one of them. But it's... Is there even another game? Layton! Are you Don Paulo now? We're all Don Paulo now. Layton! Oh boy. I'm being silly again. gosh. I am so glad. When the last Spectre was announced, I was a little disappointed to find out it was a prequel. And it was set before the Unwound Future, or Future Lost, I think was what it was called in Europe. Don't ask me what all the other games are called. I only remember that one because it changes the cutscene dialogue, and I saw that cutscene. And it's like, our lost future, our unwound future. And I'm like, okay, I can remember that now because both make sense. One's a little more poetic and flowery, one's very much more on to the point and on the nose and whatnot. But yeah, the last Spectre, which is the 4th game, it's where Layton meets Luke. So that one, whatever else it's called elsewhere, because I know they all have different subtitle names, depending on what part of the world you are in. I get the American ones because that's where I live part of my life in, so there you go. And yeah, I remember being disappointed because it has, in the Unbound Future, a setup for Layton to go somewhere, to go where Luke ended up traveling to. And then after all these years, we're finally getting it. After 3 prequel, prequel trilogy, we finally get the one set after Unwound Future, and I'm like, yes! Oh my gosh. I wonder if the guy who likes disguising himself as posh ladies will show up. And you will either get that or you won't. Yeah, Myst is a very old game, but it's the only other game I can think of that actually is like really puzzle focused and like a variety of puzzle focus. Because I know there's games like, there's the, is it called Witness. It's called The Witness, which is another notable puzzle game, but it's all labyrinth puzzles and perspective puzzles kind of too. But you know, it's a very limited pool of puzzles. You could pretty much put any puzzle in a Layton game and it'd still fit, which is also kind of, I wish they would add 3D into their puzzles, kind of like how in the, I almost called them the Layton games, and that would be incredibly redundant, but the Ace Attorney games, where you're spinning around the evidence to get a better look at that. I wish they would include that in the Layton games, because that would be so cool. Can you think you get another piece of the puzzle or an important object and you could spin it around? It'd be great. And I know the creator wanted to make... Professor Layton came about because the creator liked Ace Attorney and wanted more Ace Attorney-like games, and we ended up getting Professor Layton out of it. That's why a lot of people were like, no, this isn't shocking at all that Professor Layton and Ace Attorney got a crossover game, which is still, I really love that one. Which, having found my copy, I did start another playthrough, but I stopped again. Because I wanted to play through Royal. So I have not played through that again. And I also have the 2 Ni no Kuni games. Wrath of the White Wrath of the White Witch. Oh my goodness. To do as well. But I've already seen that. I played it with my sister. So this is just a replay for me, so I'm not worried about it, but... Yeah, Royal, I think... Is that the only... Do I have another game that I haven't played all the way through? No, that was Tears of the Kingdom for a while, but I've beaten Tears of the Kingdom's... Well, the story of it. There's definitely things I could still be doing in Tears of the Kingdom. Hotel Dusk. Oh, I mentioned... Didn't I mention that a little earlier? I have mentioned it before, but yeah, Kyle Hyde. I looked up. I was looking up Hotel Dusk stuff yesterday, actually. I speak truthfully. I tell you true. Yeah. I keep thinking Kyle Hyde is blonde, but he's actually light brown hair. I keep forgetting this. It's definitely... It reminded me of my one... Oh, I should put it... No, I'm gonna have to start wrapping up the stream soon enough here. We are getting to that time, but we're not there yet. We still got a few minutes, so don't start saying goodbye. Some of you really jumped the gun on that. I'm like, it's like, oh, I'm gonna have to be wrapping up soon enough. And it's like, I have 5 more minutes. You guys are like, bye, have a good time. I'm like, where are you going? We're not, it's like, you don't have to say bye quite yet. I get it when I'm saying my goodbyes and stuff. You want to make sure the bye gets in before I turn off the stream, which... fun little thing, I am still watching, I still do look at chat. I still do look at chat even when it's, until I actually hit, you know, the end stream button. So I do see it when you guys say goodbye. Don't worry about it. I will see you, I promise. You don't have to say goodbye like 10 minutes too early. You little meesies are very, very want to. You're like, I will get my goodbyes in. I will be polite or whatever. And I'm like, guys. You make me laugh, you endearing little dorks. You little silly goofs. I actually wanted to make this another layer. Probably, whoop! Right, this is not like that, so, okay. This is the light. Close. Guess we're a little skittish. But yeah, I love Hotel Dusk. It's made by the same people who made Trace Memory, and I have seen... What is it? It's called The Last Window. It's a sequel to Hotel Dusk, and it has another subtitle to it, and I cannot remember it right now, and I know that was only in PAL regions, which sucks, because I wanted to play it, but I at least found some really nice European person who put it up, and I was just, thank you! As a person who lives in the US, I cannot get my hands on this. And I need to at least get my claws in, because I can't even magic it in into, you know, like... I'm like, oh, I can't get the game. Because maybe I don't have the funds, but I could make a copy of it, because I've held it in my hands, and I just duplicate it in the Rift, which I haven't actually done. But, you know, it's like a possibility. And if I could have borrowed somebody, I could have done it, but yeah. I prefer to purchase my own games, thank you very much. Supports the developers, even if I may not be overly fond of the company behind them, but I can at least, it's the only way I can support the devs for sure, for sure. So I'm going to purchase that game. I would like more of the games. Which is also why I want to purchase Ghost Trick, even though I totally 100% could just borrow my twins' twin Switch, because it is downloaded, so I'd have to borrow her entire Switch. And just play Ghost Trick that way, but I'm like, no, I'm gonna get my own copy, because I would like Ghost Trick to become a series, which if Shu Takumi, the producer, creator, you know, he's the reason why we have Ghost Trick to begin with, Mr. Dude, makes another game, he was saying, this was years ago, so I have no idea if his thoughts have changed by now, because they very well could, but it would be more of like a Final Fantasy kind of situation, where, say, no, not Final Fantasy, that's a bad example, because that's, like, same system, there are similar elements throughout the games, but, oh, what would it be? It's the same universe, but just different cast of characters, so you could have, like, cameos in the background of the characters, which would be nice, I would like that. That's what I was hoping for The World Ends With You, to be honest. So, when we got a new cast of characters, I was happy. I would have been complete. I mean, it's still managed. I mean, it's a little spoilery, but most of the cast from the previous game does show up in a more than just a cameo way for Neo. Won't say how or why or whatever. You're gonna have to figure that out. Yeah, I think there is a Sherlock Holmes game called Crimes and Punishment that's supposed to be good. I have heard there's good Sherlock Holmes games. I saw... Oh, what is his handle? Call me Kevin. I don't know why I have to think about that always. I'm like, if I just called Kevin, people may not know who I'm meaning. But he did somewhat recently play a Sherlock Holmes game. Which definitely had a very Sherlock Holmes ending. Because I have actually read a Sherlock Holmes story, and then I think the second... I didn't realize it, but the book has two stories. And one was The Hound of Baskerville. So I've read... That's the only Sherlock story I've read. It's The Hound of Baskerville. And yeah, I think the other one might... In that book... was... I think the one Moriarty shows up in, because it has them talking. They're like, oh yeah, there's this Moriarty guy. He's very well respected doctor man. He's very smart. I'm like, is this the one Moriarty shows up in? And I was reading it because I had a headache and I just, wanted to do something that wouldn't cause lights or anything because my head was hurting. And then I just put it down and went, never mind. I feel my headache getting worse, the thought of having Moriarty and Sherlock Holmes in one story at this moment, because this sounds like a pain. I just put it down, and I haven't read it since. I was just like, these two. No, I'm gonna do something else. My head hurts. And I can't help but laugh. But it makes me think of the Fate versions of them. And I actually like Moriarty more than Sherlock. Sherlock comes off as too stuck up, even for how stuck up he is, even in the books. He can at least be personable. Also, I guess they missed kind of the memo that... Well, no, they did get it. But Mr. Holmes there really just wants a friend. It's why he's very attached to Watson. Like, if Watson gets in trouble, he panics. It's because he's like, no, Watson's my friend, and I have very few people I call friends. So when anyone get in danger, I panic a little. I'm like, no, the poor man, he actually really does want a friend. That's actually kind of cute. But okay. Oh yeah. It's been 2 hours. Finish up. Putting down the skin tone, my skin tone here. And then we'll do my outro chat, little mini chat. That will be good. Oh, you know what? I'll get the claws. He is very quirky. I really, really want to read Arsène Lupin. I think at this point, I'm just going to look up what is a good what is the best English translation I can get my hands on, because I'm sorry, I'm not learning French to read it in its original format. If I can get some with annotations, that would be lovely, but those usually cost a lot for some reason, despite presumably you would have to do that beforehand to even get the good translation, but I digress. They can be quite more expensive, but I would love to get Arsène Lupin by Maurice Leblanc. Because he did put Sherlock Holmes in that. Sir Arthur Conan Doyle got upset, and then he turned it to Herlock Sholmes and made him slightly sillier and a little bit more eccentric, which is what I think... in Japan, he's still called Sherlock Holmes in the Great Ace Attorney games. But I think he's more based on Herlock Sholmes, the legally distinct detective character from Arsène Lupin. Well, Arsène Lupin. And I'm like, I want to read it so bad because Herlock Sholmes is better than Sherlock Holmes. I'm sorry, but he's better. If that is how the Great Ace Attorney Sherlock, Herlock is, I'm like, no, I love this. I love this so much. You guys don't even know. But anyway. Ooh. We'll be wrapping it up today. That went by really fast for me. Not gonna lie. I hope it doesn't bug y'all too much that I wasn't close up. But hey, you gotta see more of my outfit, I guess. So that's hopefully a plus. But yeah, tomorrow is gonna be Animal Crossing. I did play a bit of it, so we'll see. I'm still gonna probably be running around my actual island, but we may have time to do one of the Happy Home Paradise islands, but we'll see. For luck, Shloms, lol, can we say bye? Yes, you're allowed to say bye now. I'm gonna make you, I made you Macy's paranoid about this. Oh, I'm sorry. But yes, okay. So yeah, tomorrow's Animal Crossing, so I will be seeing you there or not if you want to watch, or if you're not busy, and you know, etc, etc. Okay, it's good to hear that you weren't bothered. At least some of you weren't bothered by being further away. Wait, you know, I can probably... Whoa, okay, that was a little too much. That might have been a little too much. Whoops. I'm like, wait, I can get scooched closer now. Shoves in face. Yeah. Take care, Sickle. Bye-bye. Yeah, bye-bye, Grandma Iris. Because yes, it is in fact my little Macy's. Time for me to say goodbye. So yeah, given the fact that it's hot, very, very, very hot for some of you, take care of yourselves. Make sure you're hydrated. Use an ice pack if you have to. My little Macy's. I don't want to hear you that you almost fainted or fainted. Do not worry, my poor heart, and your fellow little painted Macy's, okay? All of us, root for each other's health. We're a little community here. Let's all make sure. Just don't hassle each other about taking care of each other. I mean, just be like reminders. Know the difference from accidentally hassling or bothering and just doing reminders, okay? Okay. But yeah. I hope you enjoyed me drawing a bit. I might no wait, I might be a little busy. We'll see if I finish this or not. I might be doing Ghost Trick too. Okay, well, we'll see if I finish this drawing or not on a stream or not, but you at least got to see me start it, so that's cool. I'll finish it eventually. But for now, it is the end of the stream. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will be seeing you Macy's another time, because for now, it is bye-bye! I'll catch you all later!